January transfer window day today, and we are looking for a signing. Whether that be permanent or just a loan, we're yet unsure. I've got some player names on my shortlist, thanks to you guys in the comment section of the last episode. I've also got some free agent names on the list as well as potential permanent signings. We've got some loanees to scout too. Obviously, unfortunately, we're now missing both our starting right backs through injury. Bayar is out for 3 months. Joshua Emmanuel is out for 4 weeks, but obviously I'm still going to need some backup for the 3 months that Bayar is going to be out. So on the shortlist are, not limited to, Tiago Escao, Portuguese right back in the free agents, or right wing back. Luke Mattison is in the free agents. Very surprised to see him there. He's always a bit of a go-to for some people in the comment section when suggesting right backs in other series. DeAndre Yedlin is on the free agents list as well. So we've got some really good options here. Kakabadze is also a free agent that looks like he could be okay. Sergio Lopez, I don't know much about him, but we're just waiting on scout reports for a lot of these guys. Lucas Luciano Vieira Aldair is 5-star skills, 6'2", can play up both right and left back. He intrigues me very much so too. With regards to loan signings from other not real life teams, but you know what I mean, players that are signed to clubs, Ethan Laird at right back, Neco Williams and James Justin were the most popular 3. So I'm waiting for scout reports on them and on these free agents, then we will make a decision from there. I'm leaning towards more so a short-term loan, primarily because we have right backs at the club that we want to use long-term. I'm currently without them for the next few weeks and or months in Bayer's case through injury. So I'm not looking to replace them long-term, just to have the spots filled in the starting lineup for the time being. Very correctly, very well spotted in the comment section. Someone saw that Sven Botman had his release clause up from 7.5 million up to 17.8. So that was very keen-eyed of you. Well done. We also still got Solis here on the shortlist, as well as a couple of others that were also still there. But for now, we're going to push forward. I'm not sure when the replay against Tranmere will be scheduled. I imagine, considering it's not yet in the... oh, never mind. As I advance today, it's been scheduled. When I was on the first, it hadn't been scheduled yet. On the second, it has. It has. So, Sheffield Wednesday at home, Brighton away, Bournemouth at home. I'll play Wednesday. We'll sim Tranmere. I'll play Brighton. If we get through to the next round of the Cup, then I may consider, depending on who the opponent is, splitting January into 2. Because I could play Tranmere and then lose, just like we did to Cambridge last year, and end up then still having 3 more games. I don't really want to sim many of the... Although I guess with the league situation... Literally thinking on the fly here. With the league situation as it is, I could probably afford to sim a game or 2 at this stage. Schulter's actually turned down the opportunity to go out on loan to Castellon. I could afford a simulated game here or there for the rest of the month in the league. Okay, alright, I'll play Sheffield Wednesday, I'll play Tranmere, and then we'll see what happens after that. But for the time being, I'm still planning on finishing the month of January in today's episode, for what it's worth. We shall just wait and see how things progress from here. Do drop the video a like, of course, if you're continuing to enjoy this series. You guys have been very supportive recently, so I thank you very much so for that. Hopefully you continue to enjoy this save throughout the remainder of the seasons that we're still here. We should be here for a considerable amount of time. Anybody low on... Ivan Toney's a little bit low. Fleming's a little bit low. We should be here for at least 2 more years, if not 3. I expect us to challenge in the Premier League next year, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get promoted. I don't expect us to win the league, obviously. Then the second season in the Premier League, in season 5, we could maybe contemplate going for top 4. So it's probably going to be at least a 6-season save. At least a 6-season save. So Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I certainly am. I'm really enjoying this save. It's been one of my favourites that we've made in recent times. These longer oh, I see snow. I've noted that. I am finding myself very much enjoying playing these longer term RTGs. Obviously we've done Leeds recently. We've done the Cambridge United ones are always very popular. But I'm thoroughly enjoying doing these RTGs. I might make them like the go-to style of series for the channel if you guys would be open to that. Okay, let's use the La Liga. No, there is an officially EFL ball, isn't there? We should use that really, shouldn't we? There we go. If you'd like, obviously you guys are enjoying the RTGs. Obviously I'll still do the odd big save like Everton, and I'm probably going to do a bigger team after this one, but previously, I've only kind of done the one RTG each year, that being with Cambridge United. But last year we did Leeds. It's not really so much of an RTG, but it certainly was a long-term series, 8 seasons, and then the Cambridge RTG. And you guys are loving this whole one as well. And I am planning on doing a youth-only career mode later on in the season as well, or in the FIFA year as well. So I thoroughly enjoy these sort of saves. It's exactly what I love out of career mode, and you guys appear to be loving it too. So fantastic. Let's see if we can get a result to love here at home against Sheffield Wednesday. I'm glad I changed the ball because it is a snowy pitch. Wednesday, Cameron Dawson in goal. Vakun Issouf Bayo up top. Is it just a single striker formation? I'm not sure actually. Dominic Iorfa in the back line at centre back, not at right back. It's a 5-3-2. Probably should have presumed as much, shouldn't I, being a championship side. Wednesday threatened the playoffs last season, but in the end, weren't able to see that threat through. They are in a similar position this year. Hopefully, it'll be a straightforward game, but we'll have to wait and see. It's very dark, isn't it? I apologise if it comes across as quite dark in the recording. The contrast is different on my new monitor than it is on the recording on the... Whoa, that's a heavy touch from Fleming. Than it is on the recording on the Elgato. So it might be dark for me, but not quite so dark for you in editing. It doesn't look as dark on the screen next to me where I've got the Elgato software open. Lewis Potter's in here though, and we'll float this in towards the middle, but Dominic Iorfa is an absolute mountain of a man, and he's right place, right time there to ensure that we don't take a 1-0 lead. Ivan Toney though! Yeah, still no 1-0 lead. Here's Adam Reach. Back to Brown, over the top to Penny. Calls for offside from one of the defenders. Not listened to by the assistant. Brown again. Nice tackle by Fleming. Wilkes gets it to Fleming and forward. Ivan Toney on the run. I'll just play this and hope that Keane Lewis Potter can get to it. And he can. Surely then. Surely then. It's a bit close to the keeper, but not close enough for him to be able to make the save. Keane Lewis Potter again scores the first goal of the game in a Hull City fixture. He's in phenomenal form this season. The best form of his life. And we're 1-0 up. Georgia gets it back to Brown. Reaches Penny on the overlap again. Reach. Dangerous this. Oh, it's perfectly weighted. Oh, and the foot of George Long does what their keeper couldn't do in keeping it out. That's what they needed a moment ago. And George Long again. No. Oh my God. How have we not conceded? I genuinely have no idea. I can't tell you how it's not 1-1 there. George Long with at least 2, if not 3 saves, and certainly another one there. Whoo! And defenders getting in on the act in that previous passage of play as well. That was very well struck. I tried desperately to get there, but George Long at full stretch to ensure that Sheffield Wednesday don't get an equaliser before half-time. Come and catch that as well, please, George. What a goalkeeper George Long is growing into being. I don't think we'll ever need a new goalkeeper. This may well be a series for the very first time where I go from start in the lower leagues to finish and never change goalkeeper. Bayo, nicely intercepted by Burke. Then ran into the same man that he stole the ball off, but still able to keep possession here. Ivan Toney having to not necessarily drop back. He was the furthest forward man. It's just that everybody then overtook him. Anthony Wilkes. Lovely spin by Keane Lewis Potter. There's not much room here, though, to be found. Gallagher gets it to Wallace. From a similar range, he scored that worldie. Wide of the target on this occasion from Rob Wallace, unfortunately. Good opportunity, but Ah, yeah. I might have put a bit too much power on it, or he might just have fluffed it, but certainly it was never going in. Barnett out to Malik Wilks. You can see Keane Lewis Potter arriving at the back post, where he is with a header. But he's gotten right underneath it. My managerial guy's having a bit of a go at him. I don't really know as he can do, really. He's tried his best there, Keane Lewis Potter. It's a tight angle. He's got a man on his shoulder. He's not the tallest, and heading isn't his strong suit. He's tried everything he could to get that on target and score us a second. I think we'll let him off. Still 1-0, 10 minutes into the second half. And then again, it will come from Brown. But where this time? Much better delivery. Ivan Toney repeats the feat of heading it behind for another Sheffield Wednesday corner. Brown again. Where to put this one? Similar place to the last. Good header by Bayo. Cannons off Fleming. Keeper at full stretch. Could have gone anywhere. Thankfully fell free. Whoa, dearie me. That was not far away from a Sheffield Wednesday equaliser. Not far away from a counter-attack on them too, but unfortunately I've given it away. And that's well lofted in, but ChesnoidGaming's offside, thankfully. 1-0 to us still. 20 minutes to go. I'm going to make some changes. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to make some changes just to ensure we hold on to this lead. George Long certainly a large factor in why our clean sheet is still intact. And, oh, it might not be, though, if that finds a teammate. And we've been able to, well, mop up defensively, as Derek Ray says there, just to ensure that we keep hold of this 1-0 lead. We haven't really looked like properly scoring a second. We had a little spell of pressure earlier in the game that we weren't able to make pay, but the early goal was enough. A 1-0 lead is all it takes to see our Sheffield Wednesday, and in South Yorkshire versus East Yorkshire, it's East that comes true and gets to 3 points. Thank you very much, despite all of those attempts that they had. A number of them coming in at one highlight, though. Brighton won 4-1 against Coventry. Of course they did. Yikes. Right, up next, this FA Cup game against Tranmere. Well, I ummed and ahed about playing or simming this game, and I think I am going to sim it. We have the game against Brighton at the weekend, so I'm going to rotate a little bit for it too, just to ensure that the most important players for me are fit and ready and raring to go. I'll give Scott the start ahead of Ivan Toney. I think I'll still leave Charlie Barnett in there. Take McLaughlin out for Burke. Sturridge's still fine. Been told in the comment section it's Sturridge, not Sturridge. So thank you for that clarification. Sturridge is how I shall pronounce it from here on. But this, well, we did play a weaker side last time, and this time the stronger side, albeit not my strongest, is good enough to see the result through. Although it is still only by a narrow margin of victory. 1-0 Accrington beat Charlton. That's a good result for them at home. Right, so we'll wait and see who the next game is against in the FA Cup when it gets drawn. A match has been rescheduled, that being the Cardiff game from the 21st to the 18th. So it's been moved forward off the weekend. Joshua Emmanuel is on his way back from injury, which is good news. But whether he's going to be fit enough to play in the game against Brighton, I'm not sure. And it's Colchester we have. Okay, we should be able to sim that and get through that as well, actually. So I'll play Brighton. We'll sim Cardiff. We'll sim Colchester and play Bournemouth in the remainder of today's episode and finish the month of January. That's the initial plan, at least from here. All right, Brighton starting line at Matthew Ryan in goal. Lamptey Clark, Sven Bender, Brian Son, and Carlos Neva again as a back five. Neil Mope and Tammy Abraham up top. We lost to them last time we played them, Brighton. It was a 2-1 defeat, wasn't it? Tammy Abraham scoring a tap-in. The gap at the top is sizable, but we could lessen it slightly with a win here. Regardless of what the difference is at the top of the table, etc. I'd like payback for them beating me last time anyway. And key to note, on the right-hand side of defence, in control of him now, Joshua Emmanuel back from injury and able to start a game for us. Hopefully, he doesn't break his toe for the third time this season and miss any more of the remainder of this, hopefully, promotion-winning campaign. Tammy Abraham into Neil Mope. Out wide to Tariq Lamptey. This is my 150th charge in game of Hull City. Not really the opponent I would have wanted to face on that particular milestone. I would have liked to shoe in easy victory. This is certainly not going to be that. Alexis McAllister will take the corner. Thankfully, Charles Barnett is there to head away. And the danger at the beginning of the game is seen off. One chance, not taken for Brighton so far. Though a second chance might be on its way. Tariq Lamptey back to Rongier. Into Neil Mopé. Little back heel. Can Steryu get that away from them? I'm trying hard. Steryu's done brilliantly well. Then out-muscled by Mopé, though. Brighton have got a man down hurt at the moment. He's taking his time in getting to his feet. He's still down there. Alexis McAllister, Tammy Abraham through the gap. Burt did get a block on that, but he fell straight back to McAllister. Again, Burt gets a tackle in. And Alexis McAllister's in the box. And how fortunate a goal is that for them? At least twice I tackled McAllister in that move, and the ball just kept going back to him. Hell of a finish, though. He scored in the first game as well, didn't he, McAllister? Pretty spectacular goal as well, I think. But, never mind. Tis what it is. Alexis McAllister, that's a rocket. You don't stop that. Just keeps it in play, but if anyone on this field of play is going to catch a ball like that, it's going to be Tariq Lamptey. Thankfully, Callum Elder just ran up and run off. It was like, excuse me, I'd like the ball, please. Thank you. Tariq Lamptey trying to get back on the cover now. Look at him closing down so much quicker than anybody else. But will I find the ball to a teammate I need? Oh, yes, but I can't find the finish after that ball to the teammate. Brighton defending very well so far. Very well indeed. Frustratingly, but they have been the best side in the league this season by a margin. Although we've been the second best side in the league by margin. So we do stand a chance of getting a result here. Come on, Charlie, please. Please, I'd love to beat Brighton. Just for that personal accolade of we beat the side that won the league. I think he's just offside the bun. He's not, he's on! We'll take the goal! We'll take the goal! I was certain he was offside when that ball got played through. Well, almost so certain that I stopped talking. But Charlie Barnett thrashes it home. Was it Tariq Lamptey on this near side that played him on? I'm really genuinely not sure. I'm going to have a look at a replay of that. Ivan Toney cuts back, and as he plays the ball... Oh, it's the man on the far side. It's not Tariq Lamptey, it's the left back. Look, just as contact is made, you can see the number 33 on the edge of the box, definitely... He's definitely offside compared to him, but it's the guy at the very top of your screen, you see there, with the red boots. He's the one that's playing him on. I wasn't paying attention to him. He was tracking the run of Malik Wilks. So the run of Wilks has led to Charles Barnett scoring. Brilliant! We're level against Brighton. 14th goal of the league campaign for Charles Barnett so far after Alexis McAllister's 13th goal of his league campaign gave Brighton the lead in my 150th game in charge. Through the gap to Gallagher. Here's Ivan Toney. Barnett, Tony's gone again. Oh, God. Oh, they pressed too much. They pressed too much. Rob Wallace in behind. Good sharp turn. Conor Gallagher. Tony's there. Bit of space. Shot blocked. Elder. Early cross. Oh, I couldn't get there. Still the chance, maybe, at the end of the half. Tony again. Oh, blocked well by Sven Bender. Brighton actually having to defend for their lives here to keep themselves level. Wilks. We start this second half the way we ended the first by powering forward towards the Brighton goal. Tariq Lamptey's positional sense is letting down and Lewis Potter's in behind. It's a narrow angle but not narrow enough to stop him from putting us in the lead. Oh, Keane Lewis Potter is the man of this series so far. Absolute hero. Tariq Lamptey's poor positional sense. Such a tight angle. He's only got tiniest little narrow window to squeeze that ball through. But wham! Down that window it goes. Yes! 2-1. McAllister, I'm worried about him. He's just so dangerous. Given half a yard, he will get a shot away and he will score that shot as well. Gallagher across to Lewis Potter. Tariq Lamptey's so goddamn fast. But look at the run of Ivan Toney. And he's gotten lucky. So lucky that we might score a third, and we do! Just had to try and get it under control with Barnett after the ball across from Toney wasn't the best. Keeper rushing here. Lamptey coming there. Just get it under control and then try and slot it home before either of them got to it. Really lucky break there. The pass was so heavily hit. And Barnett's touch wasn't the best either, but just out of his feet there was enough. How close was Matthew Ryan to getting down to that 3-1 we lead away from home against the league leaders? I'd like to think now we're definitely going to get 3 points from here. I'd like to think now maybe the title is back on. Steryu trying to stick with Tariq Lamptey is Not as quick with the ball at his feet, or even close to it, as he is when he's just free running. Kakare to Mope. Oh, nice little dummy by Tammy Abraham, who's in here. And the change of footwork is superb. The quality of Tammy Abraham showing through. I was waiting for a left-footed shot there. And, well, I mean, is there anything I could say that could accurately depict how good that was from Tammy Abraham? I don't think so. Speechless is how he's left me. How many goals has he scored now this season? 21, 23. Jeez. But 2-3 reads the scoreline. How'd you like that segue? Hull 3. Brighton 2. Cardiff have equalised against Bournemouth, so as the gap above us looks like it's going to shrink, the gap below us to Bournemouth looks like it's going to increase. We have them at the end of the episode, of course. And in fact, the side that's just equalised them, Cardiff, we have next. Oh, it is going to reach Ivan Toney. Well, let's give it a thwack from the edge of the box, off the bar, in front of the travelling home Hull fans. Oh, so very nearly 4-2. Let's not make it 3-3 going the other way, please. Although, certainly, there are plenty of blue and white shirts flooding forward here. And I am actually a little bit concerned now as Alexis McAllister is in. Now he's hit the bar. Jesus Christ. The bar hit at one end. The bar hit at the other. And it looks like we're going to win. Hi, he says as he gives the ball straight to Kakare. Oh, we are going to win. Oh, there's a little bit of a heart flutter at the end of the episode. Or end of the game, at least. Jesus Christ. Alexis McAllister is so good. We signed him. I can't remember in what save. I think it might have been the Sunderland one of FIFA 19. He was so good. So good. The gap at the top down to 8 points. The gap behind us up to 13. Up next. Interesting lead. Real Madrid have bid 5.7 million for him. There must be another player involved in that because I'm certain he's not valued at less than 5.7 million pounds. Right, Cardiff next. I'm still waiting for the scout report actually on those loanees that I was looking to sign. You can see we've had scout reports back on all of the free agents, but again with Josh Emmanuel back, I am looking only for that backup right back. So I'm going to lean towards a loanee because I don't really want to sign like a 20-year-old Luke Mattison when I've got a 19-year-old 74 rated Bayer as backup right back. So DeAndre Yedlin would be great, but I just don't need a player like that. I just need a short-term loan. That's all I need. So that's what we're going to look for. Right, I'm going to go and have a quick train, and I'll see you in the game against Cardiff. Here we go then. Cardiff City away from home. This should be pretty straightforward, as should the game against Colchester after this one, I hope. Balls. A 3-1 defeat. Great. Brighton win 4-0. Well, that nullifies our win against them then, doesn't it? Right. Fine. I mean, we're going to get promotion anyway, aren't we? Oh, transfer bid for... Oh, FTC Köln. Oh, no offence to FC Köln, love the club, but thankfully not a big enough club to warrant getting that transfer of George Long away. And the scout reports have come back on the other 3 wing-backs. Fantastic news. Let's see. Ethan Lair 73, Neco Williams 75, and James Justin 80. Well, he's not going to come to me, is he? He's probably first team at Leicester now, to be fair. Neco Williams or Ethan Lair? Surprised Real Madrid, they've had that transfer offer accepted of £6 million. Jesus Christ. Neco Williams is valued at 11. I mean, I can't realistically say to Ethan Laird, I know Real Madrid have bid for you, but why not come on loan to Hull? Let's see if we can loan Neco... Okay, we can't loan Neco Williams, but I can loan Ethan Laird. Right, okay, well, will he come on loan to Hull rather than going to Real Madrid? It's probably unlikely. It's probably unlikely. I'll just pay whatever I need to get him in. 60-40 is what we'll agree. Do you want to come to Hull rather than Madrid? Ethan? Maybe? We've got to beat Colchester, surely. Thank you. Through to the next round of the FA Cup we go. Right, Bournemouth next is the third and final played game of the episode. Ethan Laird has declined to join us on loan, rather unsurprisingly. George Honeyman wants to talk about contract. I don't remember actually ever speaking to you about contract before, so while you're saying, we talked about contract and I've heard nothing from you, I'll just say I forgot. I didn't realise you wanted a new contract, mate, to be honest. Well, I'll go and offer George Honeyman a new contract and then have a think about what I'm going to do about that right-back role. Oh, great. So I can't offer him a new contract because he's submitted a transfer request. He's happy with his fucking contract. It has a green thumbs up next to it. Can you see that, or am I in the way? You can see it. He's happy with his contract. What are you talking about, boy? Submitting a transfer request when you're happy with your contract, complaining about your contract. Christ's sake. Oh, the things you have to do to keep some people happy. Sergio Lopez has signed for Huesca since we had him added to the list. I may end up having to sign a regen, you know. Ethan Laird turned me down. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to let me loan James Justin, and they wouldn't let me loan Neco Williams. Free agent it is then for the time being, and I guess DeAndre Edlin at 29 is the obvious because I can buy him, use him for 6 months, sell him on, and he's the highest rated of the lot, so I'll probably get the most amount of money for him. Valued at 4.4, 2, 2.6, 3.3. I mean, it makes the most financial sense, doesn't it? So let's bring DeAndre Edlin in as a backup right back, literally for the rest of this season, and I'll look to sell him in the summer. A 2-year deal, sure. That means if I offer him a 1-year deal, I probably can't offer him a 1-year deal in January, can I? Because then it would just expire at the end of the season. No release clause is fine. And then recommended wage, he only wants 9 grand. Done. We have our backup right back. Thank you for your suggestions with regards to the position. Very much appreciate the loan suggestions. Unfortunately, couldn't get any of them. Tried. No luck. So a free agent is what we have to do. Free agent was another one of the suggestions. I've just made my own decision about which free agent to get. Right, let's go and train everybody. Make sure that everybody's fit and ready and raring to go before we face Bournemouth in the third and final played game of the day. Transfer offer from West Brom for George Long. Also in our league. That's going to be a swift no as well. I might offer... I know we've not long given new player or current players new contracts, but considering we should be going up to the Premier League soon, I might offer a number of my key players long-term, larger contracts to ensure that they stay happy and that we can get the promotion that we're after and not worry about potentially losing players to other clubs because they're on less wages and they can kind of earn themselves a big pay rise somewhere else. If we give them the pay rise whilst they're still with us, then that suits everybody, doesn't it, as far as I'm concerned. Right, this time now I will see you in the game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, David Raya still in goal for them. Steve Cook with the captain's armband still. Daniela Grumavel, David Brooks and Dom Solanke still as the front three. Every time we play Bournemouth, we get battered, but we were able to beat Brighton and rise above their challenge, so hopefully, for the first time, we can rise above the Bournemouth challenge on this occasion. 3-0, wasn't it, down on the South Coast earlier in the season. A hefty defeat, unfortunately. Let's avoid repeating that. Across to Wallace. Out wide nicely to Malik Wilks, and forward into Barnett. Wilks arriving at pace, and with space to run into, and give us a 1-0 lead. Parted like the blue sea there. The Bournemouth backline just opened up and gave him exactly that avenue that he needed to get in behind on his left foot. Always going to score from there. Malik Wilks is a deadly goal scorer. That's his 7th goal of the championship season this year. It gives us a 1-0 lead against Bournemouth, the bogey team. That's a lovely ball over the top by Diego Rico into Dom Solanke. It's a great first touch from him too. He's had to go all the way back to Jefferson Lerma though to try and keep the move alive. Lerma's had to go all the way back to Valkovic. Okay, if in doubt with his striker, go all the way back to his centre-back. That's going to work, isn't it? Philip Billing actually scored 2 goals against us, didn't he? In that 3-0 win for Bournemouth earlier on in the season. So we're going to have to keep our eye on him when he has the ball at his feet. Oh, Lerma Gets away well from the man. Dom Solanke's got Billing running off him. Danuna Grumaveld gets away. Josh Emmanuel's in the way. That's not a foul, ref, is it? If I stick my foot in, make contact with the ball, and the ball pisses off that way, not a free kick, is it? Ugh. Philip Billing. Brilliant. Just as I mentioned, he scored twice against us. Oh, they might be trying something from the training ground, you know. No! Oh, my God. Surprised that has knocked Charlie Barnett out. He hit that with such ferocity. Danuma Grunewald. Oh, it's going to find Diego Rico, and they are going to equalise. For crying out loud. Was never a free kick in the first place, ref. Bournemouth have paid him off. Backwards. Kelly. Forwards. Stacey. Sideways. Brooks. Oh, nice little dink ball over the top to Dom Solanke. And support is arriving. Jack Stacey again. And David Brooks. Always nearly call him Daniel Brooks every time. Dom Solanke. Back to Stacey. David Brooks again. Good footwork. Please no. Stacey to Brooks on the brink of half-time. Let's not go 2-1 down. I read that turn from Billing. Lerma does find Danuma Grunewald. And George Long in the way. David Brooks with the corner. They're so good, Bournemouth. How they aren't where Brighton are in the league, I'm not sure. Ah! The masters of set pieces, it seems, or at least the melee after a set piece, Bournemouth. The bogey side have the lead again. Oh, Bosch. You don't stop that. Right into the top corner. Oh, for crying out loud. Crying out loud. Sebastian Valkovic. 1 goal so far this season, and it has to be against me. Of course it does. Bournemouth lead at half-time by 2-1. Grunewald. Well work, Jefferson Lerma. Oh, Tammy Abraham has left Brighton. Their top goal scorer has been poached by Premier League Manchester City. Is that going to affect their title run-in? It very well could. I don't know who else has been scoring goals for Brighton. We'll have a look actually at the league table and see if they've been scoring a lot of goals or they've just been defensively solid, and that's why they are where they are and how they are where they are. I'm not sure. I don't recall seeing any other Brighton names on the top goal scorer charts. That's opened up a little bit for Ivan Toney, and the shot across goal is very well saved by David Raya, and we won't bring ourselves level. But despite the gap opening back out to 9 points with a defeat to Cardiff, the potential to win the championship title this season is still very much there, as was Charlie Barnett's potential to give us an equalising goal. Unfortunately, despite a very well struck first-time shot, it is wide of the post. Gallagher lunged for that, couldn't get there. There's less than 5 minutes to go now, and I am concerned that we're going to lose to Bournemouth. That concern is very much... Whoa! Jeez, the ball was right there, and then before you knew it, it wasn't. I didn't expect him to be that violent in the challenge. Ball was right there, and then woof. I mean, how that isn't a straight red, I have no idea. That's possibly one of the worst tackles I've ever put in a game of FIFA. There are 2 minutes to go. We'll bowl this out. DeAndre Yedlin has come off the bench here to have something to say in the final stages, and he really could. He keeps that run going. DeAndre Yedlin on the overlap. We're going to utilise him as best we can for the remainder of this third season. And he could get himself an assist here, or even a goal if he keeps going. Ivan Toney, out of your feet. Ivan! Ah! Oh, that's just me throwing myself to ground in frustration. It's to be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. We get closer to beating them than we have done recently, but still they get the better of me. I'm just not cut out to beat Bournemouth, am I, ever? I don't know who your guys' bogey team is, but for me, it is always Bournemouth. Always, always, always Bournemouth. And Brighton keep winning, so the gap is back up to 14 points. Oh, God! And the gap behind us is now just 7. We keep swaying. We're like, oh, we could win the title. Then it's like, oh, we might fall out of the top 2. Always entertainment in a ChesnoidGaming series. There's always something to play for, even if what we're playing for changes in the course of one single episode. Oh, fuck my life. A bid from Brighton. 46.9 million pounds. No, we're going to be going up with you. You may well have sold Tammy Abraham, Brighton, but you're not stealing one of my men to help fill the void left by that sale. It's your own doing. It's not my fault. Biggest transfer deals so far as we enter deadline day. Osimhen from Napoli to Bayern. Tammy from Brighton to City for £80.9 million. Imagine anyone else signing from the Championship to the Premier League for 81 million. And Kimpembe from Wolves to Real Madrid for 79 million. Let's see what happens on transfer deadline day then. Well, that's a big jump. Casemiro from Real Madrid to Manchester United for £101.5 million. And then some big deals going through, you know. It's always a massively expensive deadline day, isn't it? This might well be, if it keeps going the way that it has done, the third straight that has gone over 800 or so million pounds. Jack Greaves on loan. I'll delegate that and ask for a short-term loan, and we'll try and get him just to go for the rest of this season. But I'd like to keep him longer term, I think. Every transfer deadline day in this series so far has been astronomically huge. 2 already have been over £1 billion in just the one day. And a short-term loan has been agreed. So Greaves will be going to Stade Liège if he agrees to go there. The agreement is in place between clubs. It just depends if the agreement is in place with the player. Over £900 million spent on deadline day. Still, the deals go through. Yep. The third transfer deadline day that is over £1 billion. And Greaves has gone to Stade Liège. So... oh, Pereira to Manchester City for 84.7. They are splashing the cash in this window, Manchester City. Signing Tammy Abraham and now Ricardo Pereira. I'll show you the biggest transfers from this window all told, but another billion-plus transfer deadline day. Another billion-plus transfer deadline day. Yes, it happened again. Transfer history. Jesus Christ, what is this save? Right, so January, deadline day, Casemiro, Napoli, Osimhen to Bayern, Pereira, Abraham, both going to City. That's 165.6 million pounds spent by City in the last week of transfer window in January. Kimpembe to Real Madrid, as we saw. Tapsoba to Spurs. I don't know anything about Tapsoba, only 83 rated, but 90 stand tackle's pretty decent. Moussa Dembele to Arsenal for £61.8 million. Macias to Lyon. Jack Grealish has gone to Arsenal. Intriguing to see that. Grealish, a player I might have considered signing when we got to the Premier League, but perhaps not if he's already just moved to Arsenal. Mikel Merino. Koulibaly to Barcelona, we saw happen earlier on. Palhinha to Everton. I don't know anything about him. 84 rated, 92 strength. Hello, certainly suited for the Premier League. Rafinha to Wolves. £52 million for Rafinha. That's a lot. Although he's 85 rated. Well, I didn't expect him to have grown that far. Magnon to Chelsea as they sign another keeper from Liga. Palacios to Real Sociedad. Dumfries from Everton to Dortmund. Januzaj to PSG. All right then. Dean Henderson to Napoli. Morelos to Aston Villa. Nicola Pepe to Dortmund. Koke to Hertha Berlin. Ciro Immobile to Liverpool. Serginho Dest to Everton. Rajkovic to Lille. Patrick Schick to Leicester. We get to the bottom of the list, and there's still Christ knows how many deals left to be seen. £37.5 million is where the list ends. That's insane. There's so much money in European football these days. It's just ridiculous. 3 of the, 3 summer windows, and now 3 of the 6 windows we've had in this save have all been over £1 billion on deadline day alone. Just phenomenal. Where's everybody getting their money from, and why can't I have some of it? I know I turned down the big bid for Malik Wilks, but I need players like that if we're to continue our promotion push. And we're certainly going to continue our promotion push. Next round of the FA Cup has not yet been drawn, but as things stand, tomorrow, Sunderland, Barnsley, Coventry derby. Pretty straightforward. 12 points, I hope. 12 points we really could do with, actually, to be fair. That's all for today, though. Thank you very much for watching, lads. I will join you on Twitch later on this afternoon for another live stream with Football Manager with Cambridge in the Championship. Do join me on the link in the description down below to that. But for now, here on YouTube, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. And as you can see there, now that Tammy Abraham is no longer in the league, Ivan Toney leads the running for the Golden Boot. Hey! See you tomorrow.